is with us, Vice President at IIFL Securities. Balaji, you must have seen the news. It's a no from the government as well with regards to some relief on AGR dues after the court said no. This is, of course, all source-based so far. Our colleague Ashmit from Delhi has been reporting. What do you make of it? Was any how much of a relief was built in?
Hi, good afternoon. Thanks for having me on the show. I don't think people were explicitly building in any relief. This was more of a hope, especially because there were media articles that said that the government was looking at providing some relief on the AGR burden. And that could have been almost 70-80%. I'm just citing from media reports, as in we don't have any, explicit release that mentions anything anywhere. And the important thing to note here is that after the Supreme Court rejected the curative petition and review petition of the telcos on the AGR burden relief, the government went ahead and provided the waiver on bank guarantee. This was especially because the banks were reluctant to lend to Vodafone Idea, and there were a couple of things which the banks wanted to get more comfortable. One was the bank guarantee waiver, and the other one was the relief on the AGR dues. Now the thing is, with the AGR relief, probably not coming through, at least in the near future, going by what today's development has been. It looks like the debt raising process of Vodafone Idea might see further delays. So that means that that uncertainty persists, and that might weigh on Vodafone Idea stock, and to some extent it will also impact Indus, because one of the reasons why Indus has underperformed is because of the delay in fundraising of Vodafone Idea. The rollout from Vodafone Idea, we would have gotten more clarity had there been a positive development on these aspects, but now I think we will have to wait for longer.
Balaji, absolutely. So some numbers will help, and tell us the ones that you remember top of your head. There were some estimates that the total AGR dues to Voda Idea could be as much as 80,000 crores. Just revise our memory on that. And then the options now. For a moment, if we work with the current scenario, that means there's absolutely no relief, not on the interest component, not on the penalty or nothing. Then what are the options? Because after the FPO, the debt raise was the next big thing. How much money would they have to raise? I mean, what really happens? I mean, Vodafone Idea's ability to continue as a going concern.
So I still don't see any risks to their ability as a going concern, because there is provision for the government to convert the dues into equity once the moratorium is lifted. So I think one possibility is that with the increased burden now, because once the moratorium is lifted, they will have to pay close to 16,500 crores every year on AGR dues, and if you add the spectrum payments as well, it goes as high as 40 to 43,000 crores from FY27 onwards. So, in light of these, significant payouts scheduled, and the cash flow generation being insufficient to make these payments, I wouldn't rule out most of these dues getting converted into equity at some point in time. Whether they get converted over a period of time, at what rate it gets converted, so these are all unknowns. But my sense is that over a period of time, the government stake in the company will keep going up as and when the payments become due and these dues get converted into equity.
That's interesting. So you're basically saying the government will have no option, because clearly, how will Vodafone Idea cough up over 16,000 crores every year? So basically, the government's only option is just converted to equity. That's quite interesting. Any hopes of any further capital infusion? The Birlas infused, I think, a little over 2,000 crores last year. Any other form of capital, debt, equity? Do you see anything coming?
At least we don't have any visibility on that, because now Vodafone PLC is completely out of Indus, and whatever they got after paying their own dues, that money has been infused into Vodafone Idea. So I don't see any meaningful equity infusion, at least, because we are talking about very large numbers here, not like 2,000-3,000 crores. We are talking about 16,500 crores every year on the AGR front. I am not even including the spectrum payments here.
Right, got that. We'll leave it there, Balaji. Thank you very much. We'll pick this up later when we have more on this story. But for now, it looks like it is no from the government as far as AGR relief. And I think the point about nobody was explicitly building in relief, but there was general hope that something will be done. The government will do something in this regard. Stocks come off. I mean, I think we were up about 8% on Vodafone Idea. We've got about 5% gains coming through now.
But I also kind of understand now why it hasn't crashed per se, because A, maybe it was not built in, and B, like Balaji is saying, the street probably feels that at some point this will just become a Government of India,
Correct.
mostly a Government of India sort of an entity.
Correct, absolutely. Rupen